Hello, my name is Lavanya Prasad and I'm a professional storyteller from Bengaluru, India. Today I will be sharing with you all a folk tale from India, to be specific, from the northern part of India, from a place called Gorakhpur. Now there is something very special about the style of storytelling. This particular style of storytelling is called the oral narrative song storytelling. Well, the folk story is from the northern part of India, but folk song is from the southern part of India. Isn't that amazing? It comes from the state that I live in, Karnataka. This song is titled Dhristidana and is written by a Sanskrit and a Kannada scholar called Pandarinatha Acharya Galagali. Now let's get into the story. Very long time ago, India had people called yogis who roamed about the streets. There are some yogis even today. A yogi is a person like a saint or somebody who has renounced all the worldly pleasures, and he just goes in the street singing the names of God and asking for alms. Ideally, a beggar of sorts, but a saint. Now, in Gorakhpur, long time ago, there was a yogi, and he used to go from one street to another taking the name of the Lord as he went. Alak Niranjana, Alak Niranjana. He used to go from one street to another asking for alms. It happened so that day he went to a place, a rich house. Alak Niranjana, Gile Gile Gunjana, Bava Bhaya Banjan Bairagi, Dada Dhada Bandanu, Dwaradi Nindanu, Bhikshayu Yendanu Ajogi. The lady of the house was intrigued by this beautiful ringing voice that she was listening to, and when she peeped out, she saw that there was a yogi who was standing and calling out to Lord and asking for alms. And so she quickly called out to her servant and put some rice in it, in the bowl, and sent it across to give it to the yogi. She wasn't very keen on going and seeing who that was, because she came from a very elite society and it was not right of her to just go and talk to a stranger, you see. And so she hid behind a curtain and she was looking as her servant was giving the alms to the yogi. Chandana Charchita Basmod Varchita Bandura Sundara Sannyasi. She caught a glimpse of the yogi. He was completely adorned with chandan paste all over his body, sandalwood paste, and he had the sacred ash that was applied all over his body, and he looked godly. But as she was looking at the servant serving the food to the yogi lifted his head up, and that is when she caught hold of the yogi's eyes, and immediately Yede jhal yenditu maijhum yenditu Sanyama pashavu sadilittu Kangala mangala kantiya shantiya Kadalina odalalli sidilittu. Her heart skipped a beat. All the hairs in her body, it just stood up. She just could not believe the brilliance of the eyes of the yogi, and she immediately saw herself fall for that handsomely beautiful yogi. But then, this was not supposed to happen to her. She was a married woman after all, and this is completely wrong. When she was recollecting what was happening to her, immediately she reacted. And how? Her cheeks turned red with embarrassment and she just didn't know what to do. She quietly turned away, and without knowing any of these happenings, the yogi took the alms, thanked the rich woman and the servant, and went outside the house. Alak niranjana gile gile gunjana. When she went inside, she told herself that this should not happen again, because she was actually not following the rule that a patni or a wife should be following. A married woman falling for another man, and that too a mendicant yogi? How was this even possible? She was ashamed of her behavior, and she promised to herself, she took an oath to herself that the next day, if the yogi is going to come, then she is definitely not going to go out. She is not going to take a look at him at all. She will stay inside while she will give the alms to the servant and make sure that the yogi is well fed. The next day morning, the yogi came back for alms. Alak niranjana, alak niranjana. And the rich woman heard the sound of the bells that the yogi was carrying, and the ringing of his voice just pulled her like a bee to a flower. She just couldn't stop herself as she just went forward carrying the alms. And when she gave it to him, the yogi got it and looked up, and she caught hold of the brilliance in his eyes. And she couldn't stop herself from telling him something. Oh yogi, Nillele jogiyu ninneye kannalli entaha kantiyu kuniyuttide. Oh yogi, wait, I'll have to tell you something. What is there in these eyes of yours? The sun, the moon and the water lily will be put to shame looking at the brilliance in your eyes. The yogi was confused. He didn't expect this from her, but he quietly left after taking the alms. Alak niranjana, alak niranjana. Now what was happening inside the woman's heart was something that she just couldn't explain. There was yearning for the yogi. She just wanted to know what the yogi was thinking about her, because she has expressed her interest. And the next day morning, the yogi did come. Alak niranjana, alak niranjana. The melodious voice was just pulling her. It was like she wanted to crawl and go towards the yogi. And when she went near him, something seemed off. She didn't know if the yogi was okay. So she quickly went and she asked, "Are you doing fine? Something seems off." And that is when the yogi handed over to her his begging bowl. ತಾಯಿಯೇ ತೆಗೆದುಕೋ ಎನ್ನುತ್ತ ಜೋಗಿಯು ನೀರೆಗೆ ತಾಲಿಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ. ತಾಲಿಯ ಥಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಥಳಥಳ ಎಂದುವ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳೆರಡನ್ನೂ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ. Handed over the bowl and he said, "Tayi," meaning mother, yesterday you told me that you really loved the brilliance of my eyes, and that is why today I'm gifting them to you. Inside the bowl you will see those two eyes that you thought were as shiny as the sun and the moon. The rich woman was shocked. For a second she didn't know what to say. The yogi, by giving away his eyes, has opened her inner eye. And without a word, the yogi turned back and he left to go to another house, to another street. Alak niranjana, gil gil gunjana, ಭವಭಯ ಭಂಜನ ಬೈರಾಗಿ ದಡ ದಡ ಬಂದನು ದ್ವಾರದಿ ನಿಂದನು ಭಿಕ್ಷೆಯು ಎಂದನು ಆ ಜೋಗಿ.